This is episode 541, and today we're going to be talking about how to build your willpower. Now, willpower is pretty interesting because when we hear the word willpower, we kind of relate it to, losing weight or quitting smoking or starting a fitness routine. But willpower actually is extremely helpful when trying to break those bad habits, but it can also be beneficial in many, many, many other areas of your life as well. And it's important to realize that you're not born with willpower. It's something we must nurture and build in ourselves. And once we strengthen our willpower, it'll provide us with the upper hand in achieving our goals and our dreams. Why is this? Because we'll develop an unshakable focus and intensity in purpose. And willpower is one of these things that is finite. You wake up with X amount of units of willpower, and as you go through the day, you deplete these things. Every single decision you make during the day affects your willpower. This is why individuals like Mark Zuckerberg and Jobs and other people, they usually wear the same clothes every day to work. Not the same clothes, but the same style, so that they don't have to make a decision. Imagine waking up in the morning and having a decision on what should I wear, what should I wear. All of that question is deleting your willpower. This is why if you're going to do a fitness routine, also you put all your clothes out at night, you do everything at night, so when you wake up, you don't have to make any decisions. So willpower is finite, and we have to keep developing it so that we can use it for the essential, important things in our life. And so how do you go about building your willpower? Well, I'm going to go through 4 strategies to get you headed in the right direction. Now, these 4 aren't the be-all to end-all, but these are 4 that you can start. Now, my challenge to you is have the willpower to use these 4, or at least one of them, for the next week. That would be my challenge to you if you were my clients. So 1, commitment. You must be committed to reaching your goals. Everybody thinks they're committed until there is a hiccup. And then if you're not completely committed to what you want to accomplish, there's no way you'll be able to develop any willpower. So you really, really need to be honest with yourself and know that this is something you truly want to see until the end. There was a book called The Dip, and the author's name escapes me right now, but he talks about setting a goal and then asking yourself, what would have to happen for me not to pursue this goal? And if you come up with answers, then throw the goal away. Because if there's something that would stop you, don't start. And this is the same principle here, is that you must be committed. You must be no matter what, because then you will build the willpower, the mental strength, the perseverance, the grit, all those terms to see it through. But the commitment, and this is, how many times, and I'll say that I'm be the first one to raise my hand, how many times have you made a plan for a goal? You put it there, go, oh, this is going to be exciting. And then a couple of days later, maybe a couple of months later, things don't work out and you give up on it. That's not commitment. That's going to diminish the willpower. That's going to teach you to cave in. So it's really, really important for the commitment phase to be absolutely sure this is something that you want. You want to be perfectly aligned with the goal. You want it no matter what. You're committed to it. And that energy of commitment, that no matter what happens, will help build your willpower. Number 2, call on your inner strength. Now, some refer to inner strength as your soul. It's that inner part. It's not exactly mental strength, but it comes from within you. But build your willpower takes perseverance. This is a time to call on your inner strength when you have that. And that you could look at that is your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? The inner strength is asking yourself why. What's the purpose? Is it family? Is it love? Is it whatever that is? And that's part of your inner strength. And you'll have many days of success. You will. When you start going on a path to reach your goals, you're going to have some great days, but there will also be days when there aren't as triumphant. They just don't feel good, right? And it's on those not so good days that you can call on your inner strength to get you back on track. And if you think of inner strength being associated with your soul, your being, your essence, something at a higher vibration than yourself, this will help you build that willpower, will help you get engaged, because it's the reason why you're doing it. And it's a deeper why than just, I want to get a reward, I want to make money, I want to be in the best shape of my life, whatever it is. But you go deeper, 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 deeper inside. And it's almost the why for this, developing this inner strength, can be associated with your purpose. So the purpose, your why, your inner strength, all of this will help you build your willpower. Ask for support. Building your willpower to achieve a goal is a large undertaking, especially if it's a large goal that you're committed to and you know your why. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, right? We have the goal, we know what we want to accomplish, we have a time frame that we'd like to accomplish it in, and it's just not working. It's just not going, and we just are struggling. What should we do? What should we do? That's why it's so imperative that you have a support during this time. I would recommend a coach. This is what's great about coaches, and especially me, is that when you get to that point when you need support, I'm here. When we have our sessions, we talk through them. We understand what's going through your mind, what's the mental part, what's the physical, what's the emotional part, and then the spiritual part. And then I work with my clients to help move beyond that frustration so that their willpower will still be engaged. Now, it doesn't have to be me or a coach, but you must find somebody and ask for support. The support is not to agree with the problem that you're facing. The support is how to overcome it. There's too many friends out there and too many people that go, oh, it's okay, you'll do it better next time, or yeah, it's got to be tough. And they kind of just condescend you, but not demeaning you. They want to be on your side. They don't want to ruffle your feathers. So they're going to go, yeah, it's tough. They're not going to, many people will not push you with the support, because the support is, hey, if you're committed to a goal and you understand your why, and you need to build your willpower, the support is to how do you move forward? Not it's okay if you don't, but how do you move forward? What are the steps you need to take? What resources do you need? What else can you do? That's the type of support you want, not somebody going, it's okay, you'll try tomorrow, or just forget about it, it wasn't meant to be. That's not the support I'm talking about here. And 4, be consistent. If you have the willpower, let's just say for smoking, right? If you have the willpower to stop smoking for 1 week, that's wonderful and should be celebrated. Even 1 day should be celebrated. But the only way you're going to build your willpower is to do whatever it takes to avoid cigarettes today, tomorrow, and forever. Then soon enough, you'll be celebrating 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. AA has in the 12-step, right? It's a day at a time. 1 day at a time. And that's what it means to be consistent. When we have these big goals ahead of us, and let's say it's a goal that you want to accomplish in a year, and you've set your 9-month goals, your 6 months, your 3 month, your 1 month, and you look back and go, oh my gosh, it could either be, I don't have to start tomorrow, I don't have to start the next day, or I can skip a day because you have so much time. That does not build consistency. Once you start to take action, you have to do that action regularly. Now, I'm not going to say daily, because it depends what that action is. If it's that you're committed to changing your physique and you've committed to working out 3 times a week, great. Make sure the 3 times a week are done week in and week out, month in and month out. If you're committed to 5 days, whatever that is, you got to be consistent. And even so much so that if you're on vacation, you still work out, right? Because we need to build that consistency until you get to a point where you know what things are going. But if this is a goal that you've never achieved or has been difficult to keep, consistency is going to be the key in making that happen. And so when you're consistent with your action, when you're consistent with words, with your affirmations, with your action, all of this consistency is going to help your willpower to take that next step. One more day, one more day, one more day. So really, willpower is a tricky concept. But if you think about it as you wake up with 100 units, and every time you make a decision or do something around that your willpower is diminished, it'll help you navigate through this, and also help you make decisions when appropriate for the goals that you want to achieve. Because if you make a bunch of decisions in the morning that have nothing to do with your goals, and then in the afternoon you're trying to make decisions and you're just drained, you don't have any willpower, so you eat the cookies, you eat the candy, you do all that kind of stuff, then you're not going to succeed in that. But we all want to develop willpower, right? We want to break bad habits, we want to reach goals, yet and in order to do so, we must be willing to go that extra mile and fully commit ourselves to success, right? The commitment is right up front. When you have that committed, that rock solid commitment, and you know why you're committing to it, you then the willpower will grow. It's a muscle. It's going to be painful at times. You're going to have soreness, but it will grow. And if you're committed, you should be commended. I mean, if you have a goal and you're committed, you keep going down, awesome. And if we were coaching, we would talk about that. But be sure to use these tips that I went through just now to help you build your willpower and celebrate your successes each and every day. So if you'd like to find these show notes, you can find them over at warriormindcoach.com. And there's some other podcasts over there and some blogs and some other ways to contact me if you're interested in coaching. And while you're on the internet, please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, under Warrior Mind Coach.